actually going to take the knife out of my pocket.
What happened?
I'm going to take the knife out of my pocket. It's a bit ouchy. Now that I think about it. There we go. And look at that. Oh, I think I might get the string out.
What happened? You've got a problem. You know, all those things you saw the other day, they have to come from the machine.
It must be the machine. But we've got a whole batch.
I know.
Just tiny wee bits and they're going everywhere.
Well, one machine got stuck.
Yes.
You don't see that all the time, though.
No. No, that's why I thought it was peculiar. We're getting little bits of baling twine spat at us. And we keep finding it places we don't want to.
Actually, all about 2 inches long, period. I mean, they're all the same length.
Very uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to put it back in that pocket. I put the knife on the floor. Oh.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's windy, windy, windy outside.
I don't want to go out there.
No, we don't.
I don't want to do that. T-Mobile, that's not anything, is it?
No.
They're the ones that wanted to put a tower down by Puppy Hill.
Oh.
They were going to give me $1,000 a month.
Oh.
No, no, and the neighbors didn't like it, so the neighbors bought them out.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Okay. I do support this outfit once in a while. Throw that in Judy's spot.
Okay, continue here. Oh my gosh, it's Valentine's Day.
What?
It's Valentine's Day.
It's Balancing Day?
Valentine's Day. You can balance if you like.
Okay. And here we have Maryland, Orange Shore, California.
Oh, there.
That's probably a new envelope, new
Yes, I bet you'll do
address
that.
for you.
Thank you.
Ha. Keep on keeping on. Love all you do, and also love watching the crazy goats. Here's hoping for a good outcome for you from all the troublemakers. Maryland. $10 for the hay project, okay? Here's
Thank
$10
you.
for the hay project.
Thank you very much, Marilyn.
Because we're going to need it as of tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, just a bit, just a bit, just a bit.
I just ordered 100 bales.
Just like that.
Bales?
And you know, the funniest thing, well, it wasn't actually funny, and I certainly wasn't giggling, when I went down to the barn, I had calculated, when I sent you a text this morning, I had left enough so that I could have enough for evening feed. I went to the barn and there was one open bale, and that was not what I left.
But you gave them a whole bunch that out of the storm.
But I left it this morning when I left at 12 o'clock. I remember I sent you the text and said, right, gonna need tomorrow, thanks very much. And you went, done. I went, whoa, just like that. And I thought, well, as long as I get through tonight, I don't have to come over and grab from here. So I'd left 3 bales, and I'd won when I went back. We have big mice.
You gotta do better than that.
Yeah, no, it's not adding up in my head. That's a bit odd.
That's annoying. It's $20.
Yes, and a carefully calculated eating program.
Well, you know that these people taking hay, you are familiar with who they are.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if that's the case. And actually, I double checked with Carly. I said, remember we counted this out? And she said, yeah, because you had for morning feed and you had for night feed, and we had 3 for each. Pooh.
That's not good.
No.
God damn it.
No. I'm going to start taking a picture of the hay every time I fit. You really notice it when you get low.
Sure.
Because...
But how much are you losing?
Well, I'm going to start taking a picture because I always think, was it me? And had I just looked at it and someone else, another volunteers fed it out.
Did you want to bet on this?
Yeah.
You could be losing 3 bales every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to have to I shall be taking photographic evidence.
Can you shut the door?
Yes, I can.
Can you lock it?
I both locked today, so we're all sorted.
Oh, well.
Honestly.
Why are we bothering?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you'd finished.
Well, I think I have. I don't think this is very exciting.
Oh.
You can throw that away. It's something about pause.
Mm.
And you can throw that away.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Beth Israel Hospital,
Which we like.
Probably a survey.
Could well be.
They did a good job.
They did a very good job. And they're well furnished with yellow monkey fists.
Yes. Okay, it's one of these always, sometimes, or never tales. I will take care of that.
You mean you want it in Judy's pile?
Huh?
You want it in Judy's pile?
Judy's pile.
Okay. We can do that.
Then this one can go away. Car trouble.
Oh.
No, is tomorrow Thursday?
Yes, it is.
We don't have anything to do tomorrow, I don't think. I just might want to take that car of mine down to get the oil change.
Did you not come and take it and do it?
No.
Oh.
No, the poor thing has been saying, give me some oil.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, 'cause it's probably thirsty.
Right. You don't like thirsty cars. So that, but the thing is, that's going to take me a couple hours.
You're just itching to go out and drive by yourself. This is what this is
Well,
about.
no, so Judy will be here tomorrow.
Is she good tomorrow?
She said so.
Well, that's good.
But it's go there and sit there and do nothing.
You could go to Five Guys.
Huh?
Five Guys, burgers and fries.
Burgers and fries, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Or the place across from Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Is that 411 or something like that?
I don't know.
What's that called? I don't know.
I don't know. Here, you can have that
Oh,
back
thank
again.
you. Is there anything in the newspaper?
I don't think so.
Did you get your article in?
Nah, they're not good because
Yeah, that's fine.
these last minute things, they're not reading his approval.
So, Saturday was a bit of a busy day, let's face it. So,
Well, I know a full week ahead that I should be doing this, but I just don't seem to be able to manage.
say no more. Oh! So, you had a very productive overnight.
Yes, I did. Was it last night that I did that?
Yes, I think so. Well, no, early this morning.
Yes.
And did the tools in your tool bag work?
I haven't opened it yet because I was clean.
Oh, right.
Now
okay.
I'm clean.
Right,
And that's a pretty dirty toolbox.
Yes, it is a
But
touch.
speaking of toolboxes, I took a picture of Bud with his pouch. You know his pouch?
Ah,
I said to him today, how old is that pouch? He started with, it's 50 years old.
mm-hmm. Is it leather?
It's leather.
Mm.
And he also said that his adjustable wrench, it came with the original pouch. Now, I don't know anybody that can hang on to any wrench for 50 years and not lose it. But Bud did.
And I bet you he maintains that leather pouch as well. It probably oils it, which is why
Probably
it's still going.
does everything he's supposed to.
Yes. There's a lesson in that for us.
There certainly is.
Yes. Get help.
Now, I tried to get the picture off my camera,
Mm-hmm.
sent to, so I could use it, and I could not figure out how to do it. It comes up with screens I've never had before.
Oh, don't ask. Right, okay. Maybe Carly, being the younger out of the whole outfit, might be able to help. Or I can find you a teenager.
But whatever, find a teenager.
Find a teenager, because quite frankly, it's not working for me either. I have enough trouble. So we now have our big wheelbarrow that somebody very kindly, anonymously sent to us.
It's got the handle. I've got the handle right over there.
Yeah, it's nearly ready to go.
That's not a wheelbarrow.
What do you call that?
Like a wagon.
Oh, that's nice.
The wheelbarrow is the yellow thing. It's a barrow on a wheel.
I just call that the big wheelbarrow. But okay, it's a wagon. It's a super wagon. We love it.
It's a wagon.
Yes. We shall call it Helga.
I need a second person because I have a way of getting the. I put the bolts in, and then I cover it with duct tape really, really well, so that when I turn the whole thing over, there's a small chance that I can get the nut on and get it tightening before the duct tape lets go.
Right.
Otherwise, somebody's got to be on the other side with a screwdriver.
And tension it.
Yeah.
That sounds
So
like a
I've
Nick
only
job.
got about 2 or 3 nuts that are holding that together.
That sounds like a Nick job.
So there you go.
Yeah. I'll volunteer him for that. He'll be delighted. And amongst all the other things that he has to do.
Well, I really should have a Phillips head screwdriver too, and I don't. I have plenty of Phillips head screwdrivers. I just can't find one at the moment.
Are yours black and red?
What?
The handles of your screwdrivers?
Some of them are, yes. Those
Right,
are the ones.
well, they're extinct now.
Oh,
Because my puppy, well, 2 of my puppies, they keep bringing tools in from the backyard.
I believe it.
Yeah, but they chew the handles, and then I have to throw them out. And I kept saying to myself, I said, Nick, are these yours? He said, no, mine have got either clear handles or yellow handles. And I'm like, well, where are they getting all these black and red ones? And then they'd been outside, and Annie came trotting up with this, delighted, because and with a screwdriver in her mouth.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, it had already been chewed in the handle.
You know, you drop something in the grass, you have short-term memory. You've forgotten you did that.
Well, we've been through 2 of them so far. If you'd like a full set, let me know and I'll send them back out. I'll tell you, it's awful. They're little stinkers. It has been a busy day. So we took in a thoroughbred this morning for another rescue. We're going to be holding her for a while. She's come up from Texas. She didn't have a coat on.
She didn't have what?
A coat on. She's come from Texas.
Oh.
No, Florida. Florida.
Oh, Florida. That's as bad.
Just as bad. So the poor thing, and she's just a wee bit underweight. And so she's travelled all the way up. The shipper very kindly put a coat on her, his coat on her, and the owner came down and popped another one on this afternoon. So she was a bit of a raggle-taggled mess when she arrived, and so she's in the barn.
Okay.
And she's pinned her ears at me several times.
She pinned her ears?
Yes.
Oh dear.
It's a very fetching look. I'm
me.
like, oh dearie me. So the nice thing is we have Cam, who's working with her. He'll take her out and about, and he'll work her through his program. He's one of our volunteers.
Yeah.
And he's been working, and I had to put this out online because there was a whole load of nonsense going on the YouTube chat. And what Cam is doing is he's a PATH certified equine chap, and he's very calm, very gentle. He volunteers his time. He's very generous with his time, as are, I might say, all of our volunteers. We're exceptionally lucky. And he's been clearing trails. He's been cutting things back. He's been just tidying things up, like a really big spring tidy up in the winter. Hey, well, we're on it. Okay. And what he also does is he comes and he works with our sanctuary horses. And one of the standard breds has a hunter's bump on his back. And we've been working with the barefoot trimmer, and he's got very the standard breds that we tend to bring in come from the Amish, and they've pulled the Amish buggies. We call it a buggy, yes.
Buggy?
That's okay. They pull the Amish buggies, so they're driven on the road. So their feet are never ever. I think they also shoe them themselves. Their feet and their legs are always a bit iffy because we bring from the back row. It's the ones that are going for meat, and we bring them in and we rehabilitate them, and they've got such nice personalities on the whole. You do get the odd stinker, but their feet are often in very bad condition. Now we've had Hugo in for over a year now, and his heels are just beginning to come back down. But his spine alignment's off. He's got a hunter's bump, and Cameron has actually been working with him for about a month, and he massages him and manipulates him, and just. And the barefoot trimmer, she's coming in. She does a fantastic job with his feet, just to try and trim him to get the heels to come down, and he's all off balance as well because he's got cracks. And, well, you know what's wrong when your feet are sore. Let's face it. So his hunter's bump is actually beginning to level out.
Really?
Noticeably. Just, yeah.
Wow.
So we're absolutely delighted, and we're very appreciative of all the time that Kate and Ava and Cam. He was 13 when we got him.
Wow.
When we bring standardbreds in, as you know, they're in their 20s normally.
Yeah.
So we think he's probably had some sort of accident with a harness on.
Yeah.
Because we never get animals that young. So he's, and his whole demeanour's changing, because the only person he really reacted to was Ava, because she's looked after him, and he's always been very standoffish, but she actually said he was trotting in the paddock yesterday of his own volition.
Wow.
That horse never trots, so that's really exciting. So Cam is another member of our volunteer team. Now, he doesn't volunteer with the same level of maintenance that, say, Pam, Coral, Kate, Ava, Janine, Christine and myself do. He comes in and he works, he takes on special projects like clearing the brush back so the trails are open, and working with the horses, and he'll jump in and give us a hand when we need it, which is very much appreciated. So it's working quite nicely. He's working with Hugo, he's working with Tenny, he's working with Delight, and he's looking at, he's got a contact who would like Miss Delight to go to maybe a middle school or a high school. Yeah. I don't think he actually saw the state she was in yesterday, because she actually had dripping mud all the way down her white coat. It was lovely.
Masconomet is not tremendously friendly to bringing my animals in for training.
Yes, it's not that high school.
No.
Ipswich
was.
Were they?
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, so he would do that part of his equine.
It depends on who's in charge. If the principal doesn't have animals, then
yes,
he's got a problem.
Yeah. So he would do this as part of his equine assisted learning. So that's all very, very exciting, and that's something that's been in development for a month. We weren't really going to bring it up until we actually had more concrete. We'll interview Cam and we'll speak about it so everybody knows what we're doing. But it's quite exciting, and it's working out beautifully for the animals. And he's also working with Elmo, who is down in the main barn, who is 23. Yes, our skinny Malinky that we need to get some fun on. And have you done anything else exciting today, apart from the fact you had a very tasty steak this morning?
I had a call from a woman from the Rotary Club.
Oh.
Who wants to come and visit.
Oh, that's nice.
I haven't a clue why. They're going to lock me up or what they're going to do, but at any rate, she's coming on Friday afternoon.
That's lovely. What time?
I said if she was here at 5 o'clock, she'd probably be on mail call.
Oh, that's nice.
So I don't know whether she will be here at that point or not, but you never know.
Now, you could be springing mail call on an unsuspecting person.
I know.
Well done. Another victim.
Yeah.
And it was a shame Donna came round today to see you.
Donna was here. She brought a bunch of food, cookies and things.
Oh, lovely.
She's a good cookie maker. There's some cookies up there.
She's a very good cookie maker. That was nice to see her. Haven't seen her. And anything else exciting happened today?
I took a bath, a shower.
Oh, I was thinking, where did you find the bath?
I didn't find a bath. I took a shower.
That's
that was very exciting.
Yeah. I might wash later as well. I'm a bit covered in just. It's been so windy today. I started mucking the barns out, right? And then I realised that to get all the muck to the muck heap, it was just coming back and blowing in my face. Fortunately, I had my mouth shut at that point. But I thought, you know what? They're not that dirty. Nobody's going to die. I'll do it tomorrow morning. It was just one of those days. I think it was gusting up to 60 miles an hour. And
I believe it.
yeah, and I certainly felt it.
I watched it.
Yes, I felt it. I think I've still got bits of whatever in my hair. You can probably smell it. And in fact, I must say, when I took Jiminy down this afternoon, he sat in the bit between the two front seats, and he was going in my hair. So it probably smells fine to me. Anyway, never mind. So yes. And all three dogs had a good run around this morning. I think because it was windy, they were bouncing everywhere.
The wind blows off everything.
Oh, even Sizzle.
Yeah.
They were having a great time, so that was nice to see as well. So, on with our questions.
Now they're all exhausted.
They are all exhausted. No, I think Larky is slowly but surely trying to strip the bed. I think that's what he's up to.
Oh.
He keeps
No, he's looking at his wounded leg. He has a cut on that leg.
That's what happens when you go running like crazy round the forest.
No, I think it's his friend.
Was it his buddy?
Bit him.
Oh dear.
It's a big bite.
No, so he's not actually eating the fluffy. He's eating his own leg. We're fine. Hello, Amber. It's lovely to hear from you. And Pockets is looking lovely. Miss Pockets, did you see the picture with her beautiful halter on?
No.
Pink. Suits her. And she was running. I think it might have been her first out event, so that was really lovely. Yes, and it's really terrible. We actually were watching that in the news about the shooting in Kansas City. It's very sad. I think Pockets, from all accounts, is doing extremely well. I think that actually really was a great move for her.
Yeah.
You know,
she wasn't doing anything around here.
No, she really, and she gets to stretch her legs, her ears are forward, she's like, I'm on it. It's a wonderful job for her.
They all need, both animals and people need jobs.
I'm trying to scale back at the moment.
Well, I'm very worried about that friend of mine who has just quit his job.
Oh yes.
You know, down in the dealership, and he says, I'm now retired. That's the only message I get from him.
Tell him retirement's very ill-making. Come with us.
Right.
We've got you sorted.
Well, he has driven to get hay.
Okay. Well, you should maybe get him on the rotation.
I know.
Yeah. Good. Oh, and Amber's put a link in here to another video of Pockets by Ben. Thank you. Oh, Princess. The horse.
Oh, the horse.
No, she's actually, I've actually only given you her pet name. Her full name is Princess I Love You So Much.
This is the black one? Yeah.
Guess who named her that?
Oh dear, I don't know.
Janine.
Is it Janine?
Yes.
Oh,
that was a bit mushy for Janine, wasn't it?
It is pretty mushy.
Yeah. So, Princess, we've had for under a year. She's enormous. She has very big feet that are like dinner plates, and they weren't in the nicest condition when she came in, so we're working on her feet. She's a draft cross, not 100% sure what she's crossed with. She looks kind of Frisian. She's very, very pretty, and she knows it. And she's got long eyelashes, and she just looks at you and goes, so
she is a very nice looking horse.
She's stunning, isn't she?
It's stunning.
So we brought her in, and she came from an auction, and she was going through hunt training, and she's a bit slow. And in fact, she'd
make a good demonstrator model.
Yeah, stop and walk a little bit. Yeah, and whoa, exactly.
She does whoa really well.
She does whoa. She does a spectacular whoa. You're quite right.
Yep,
you admire it,
whoa,
we admire it. And the funniest thing is, she used to be in you remember Sky, the grey horse, the big grey horse? Yeah. She came in at the same time Sky came in, and and Sky. You used to put a halter on Sky and bring them into the barn every night for dinner, and they would stay in overnight, because Janine didn't want her to get cold, so she's fine. You'd lead Sky, and Sky'd be like, "Excellent, it's dinner time," and she'd walk nicely, very well behaved up to the barn, and you would just leave the gate open and think, "Well, Princess will get here at some point." And she would just plod up the hill, and she'd wander into her stall and go, "Oh, dinner." And then when you were taking them out the following morning, she would just wander her way down. And then
That's
so
about it.
yeah, so Janine got her under saddle, and Princess I Love You So Much is dead slow. So Wallace will be working with her again. He did a lot of work with her. Janine did a lot of work with her, and she'd actually make somebody the most wonderful horse if you needed a safe and steady, really attractive horse. So she's lovely, and but she can be a bit pushy when it comes to dinner time. So she's absolutely beautiful. We do love her. And I did post a picture under the post, and she seems to, this is the second time she's done this, she manages to poop in the feed bowl.
Oh yeah, so they're allowed to do that. I don't know why.
Every morning. I'm like, really?
I have a theory on that too. Horses will very often back up to a tree and go. And I don't know whether that's nature's planning or what, but
Yeah.
a lot of times you'll see them back up to a tree or back up to the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They should along the fence. They rarely
Yeah.
in the middle of the field.
No.
I don't know why.
No.
But when it's the feed bowl, it's something else again. Or the water bowl.
Yes.
That's very attractive.
Well, the feed bowl's better than the water bowl because at least it's dry and you can scoop it out. It's when it's all slushy. Yuck. Ugh. I suppose we should be checking for worms while we're at it if it's that dilute. Stir it up, check. Oh dear. So, the wire protector actually seems to be doing a pretty good job at the moment.
Who?
The wire protector
Oh, yeah?
on the road, it's still there. And we've still got internet, which is even better. So, the doctor's appointment, Fluffy, was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you did very well.
Yes. Did I?
Well, you told me you did.
Yes, I did. It was very interesting.
Yes. So, I don't think there's another one.
You know, this Kansas City is playing behind you here.
Yes.
And there are 4 different shots that they are just playing over and over. And if you don't pay real attention, you don't realize it. But they're putting that fella down the hole again.
Are you concentrating?
I am. I really am.
Seriously? I'm going to turn
that a shot again?
I'm going to turn that television off if you can't concentrate. Oh dear. Oh, so I am not 100% sure what size coat this girl needs. The owner, the previous owner, did actually bring a coat down, so she's got a nice cozy one on. I have to measure her, but since she pinned her ears at me, this is a thoroughbred. Since she pinned her ears at me 3 times putting the coat on, I wasn't about to go and get the measuring tape and work out exactly what size she needed. I thought I'd let her decompress a bit and get Cameron on the job. So that's absolutely super. Yes, the new rescue is called Katie, and she used to race at Suffolk Downs.
Yeah.
Yep. She is 24. Yes, volunteers are definitely angels on earth. We very much appreciate that. I do not know why the audio and video keep freezing. It's beyond my pay grade of 0. I think, it's a really difficult thing because a lot of our animals come from the Amish. And, I think that we're all brought up, the Amish communities, they live without, the traditional Amish communities live without electricity, they're God-fearing, they're blah, 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 they live a very specific lifestyle. And I think the animals, it's a very different approach to animals. they're machines, and
They are.
it's
They're like a car, like you put oil
Yeah.
in the gas.
yeah. And then you trade it in when it's no longer of use to
They
you.
take good care of them usually. I mean,
Yeah.
because they don't want to break it down.
No, and when
When they're not useful, they get thrown away.
yeah, and normally that's when, and the reason we get them with their, the, like Momo, where she's been a draft mule all her life. You can still see the harness marks where she's worn a harness. Her feet are actually in very good condition now. It's probably the best bit of her, and she's strong as an ox.
She is strong.
Oh gosh, but I think the thing is, you can't turn around and say that all the Amish do this. They view these animals. They do a job. The animals still do a job, and that's what they're accommodating. So it is what it is.
That know how to take a cookie out of your hand.
No, and that's one thing that seems to be across the board, isn't it?
They don't know frying pans.
No. They don't know fingers either. It's a really it's just one of these things. So what we do is we get them frying pan ready,
Yeah.
and they learn to take treats. They learn to enjoy grooming and going for a walk. So it's just
Misbehaving and carrying
misbehaving and taking gates off their hinges and terrorizing the neighbourhood, and that's just Momo. So yeah, it's just the way it is. Yes, so we actually have in the summer we have not on this farm but on the other farm they organise with change.org, I think it is. They organise for children to come around and meet the animals. They do pond dipping. It's like a really lovely nature experience led by a really phenomenal group of instructors, and they use the farm as a very
Where is this?
on Meredith. They use it as a very, they bus the children in, and they come and they pond dip. They go and see around all the other areas in the farm, and we take normally something that's well behaved out, and they feed the chickens. Yes.
That's what you do with that great big slow one.
If you see the size of her feet, she just needs to lift it slowly and go boom. We'd be in trouble. So yes. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Yes, so that is something, and I was actually having a conversation with Cameron this morning about him doing therapy in a middle and a high school. So that's something he's looking into. Takes it off our plate. I got involved with Janine through running donkeys, and it became very apparent that I couldn't run and neither could Jasper. So we were the perfect team. So instead of running, we went up and down the hills slowly until you turned to go down the hill and he thought he was going home, at which point the little stinker would take off full pelt down the hill with his stomach swinging from side to side, and mine jumping up and down, and would get home pretty fast. And the reason we were out on the roads was because it was icy on the farm, so you can imagine there was no stopping him because there wasn't anywhere to dig your feet in. So yes. Oh, I don't know. And it is exceptionally good to be dealing with all these animals. Janine and I were talking about that this morning. It's a first thing in the morning job till well after dinner time, and you just do it because you love it.
Yep.
It's
Slightly crazy.
and slightly crazy, and that's just the animals.
It's very therapeutic, though.
It is.
I mean, not only for the people who come to be therapeutic-y,
No.
but, Janine, if she's really frustrated, she'll go shovel stalls.
It's actually very good shoveling
It's very-
stalls.
yeah.
It's very
She's very good at it, too.
Yeah. It's
She's a lot of experience.
Yes, it is. So, oh look, I don't know. Oh, did you remember your green pill?
I don't have it yet.
Where is
I'm
it?
going to start it tomorrow night.
Oh, right. Oh, because they gave you one last injection.
I got I'm still on injections. I'm on injections tomorrow too.
Have you got injections for tomorrow?
Yeah, they gave me one.
I know, because I said to him, I said, is this all the syringes? And he went, and she said, yes. I went, okay. good to
Yeah,
know."
no, it was for 5 days, which would be 10 injections. I called them, and they have it. They have a box sitting
So
there.
do I need to go and get it?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
Well, we must need it tomorrow then.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I asked them. I said to her, I said, is there only one injection in here? I said, and that's then finished. And she said, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 5 days. The prescription clearly said 5 days. Twice a day. She was very nice when I talked to her on the phone. She said, no, we had a box here for you. And somebody had interpreted the one box to mean one shot.
Oh, is that what it...
Yeah, that happens. That's how mistakes happen.
Right. Okay. No, there are no boxes because we had lots of boxes yesterday. And we did do the veil. I don't know. There's this chat of snow coming in, right? And after Tuesday's experience, was that yesterday? I'm not holding my breath. They're making noises about 1 to 3 inches. So that means
we'll get the 12.
Yeah, we'll get the 12 then. We'll be like, damn it. So yes. So no, we're not expecting snow. Pockets, this honestly has been the most wonderful, wonderful place for Pockets to be living. It's with you know the running job. So we're so grateful, and I bet you Pockets is too. Oh, and one of the things I was actually thinking about, because there was a lot of discussion going on in the YouTube chit chat last night, and it got a bit to people venting their spleen, and it was so silly. But one of the conversations that came up, and I thought it was actually worthwhile saying it to anybody else who's listening and who isn't on the YouTube chat, it was discussing the origins of the hay board.
The hay board.
The hay board.
Oh, the hay board.
Yes, because some people were sort of like, they're like, yeah, the hay board. And, it's one thing to sort of like suggest you're doing things with money, and others to actually, acknowledge the fact that hay is kind of like what we run on from the animal side of life. Not the dogs, for everything else with 4 legs. And I was speaking with this about Janine, and I said, I find it quite simplistic, but I suppose it's maybe not simplistic to other people who come in and think, what exactly are you doing with it? So the hay board, in my mind, and you correct me when I get this wrong, okay? The hay board came about because...
I made it up. I don't know what you're going to say next. So.
No, exactly. And the reason you made it up was because
it ain't... The expression, it ain't hay, when they talk about money, it ain't hay. Well, in our life, it is hay. We live on a damn hay bill. And when you've got a bunch of horses or something, you have no way out. You need that money to pay for the hay.
Because that's what we run on.
And if we run out... That's what I put it together to be. And so that gets spent on hay.
Well, and it is...
Well, we have branched to a little bit to get some grain.
Those shavings I got.
You're not supposed... No, that's not edible. You get that on your other bill.
So...
No, I'm sorry. My hay bill is hay and grain. Feed. It's edible. The shavings aren't edible.
Well, then you'll have to swap them over because it comes off the other one.
Well, you'll have to do that because... When I say I'm going to feed that stuff, I'm going to feed it.
That's fine. But we were talking about the origins of it and why it started. And it wasn't just on a whim. It was because when Carlene was asked no longer to fundraise for the other organisation, there was still money coming in, etc. And we'd obviously were responsible for our 4-legged buddies down the hill. Yeah. And one of the biggest expenses is the hay. And that's where Carlene dedicated her attention to. It
I
wasn't.
did that. I did that along about March. I think that was the first.
Yes, it was.
It was. So I gave everybody time to decide what they're going to do next, but there were an awful lot of people still asking to help us, and there's only one thing. If it ain't money, it's hay. You know, it's hay.
Yeah. And
it's consistent. You need it day after day after day.
And I think one of the things that people I don't think it was apparent at the time. The reason you branched out into hay was because you were no longer required to fundraise anywhere else, and that was not your
I
decision.
wasn't allowed.
Oh, sorry,
I got thrown out.
Wasn't allowed to fundraise for.
I got thrown out.
So it wasn't. We decided to say stuff you.
No.
It was a case. It was actually the opposite. So we are very grateful that that everybody seems to really help us out with the hay. And the hay, I might add, because somebody said, well, what else? What on earth did you do for hay before you had the hay board? Well,
I paid. Yeah. When there's nobody else around to pay, I'm the one that gets stuck with the bill.
And ERN, from our point of view, it takes a lot of the pressure off because we now no longer just focus on rescue and rehabilitation and adoption. We actually have sanctuary animals now who are going in part of the therapy team.
Yeah.
So we're having to maintain them as part of our program. Although somebody did take offence at community outreach, and you know it's actually possible to do community outreach from a farm because the community actually is coming here, and it's still called community outreach because you're targeting certain parts of the community, and
you're giving a part of the community to experience something they don't have in their immediate community.
Well, Carly's got a chicken in her house.
Well, that's different.
That's
different.
It is. And
there are kids that have never walked on dirt.
Yes.
They live in town.
Exactly.
On hot top and cement.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's
amazing.
Yeah, it is. So that's what the hay board does. And if you think about it, a horse is going through about a bale of hay a day at the moment. And we have what?
That's a lot.
We have 3 horses down there, 1 down there, that's 4. I've got 5 on Meredith. So we're actually we're very conservative in our hay bale board.
I wouldn't give a horse a bale of hay a day.
Our horses have lost weight.
Huh?
Our horses lost weight.
So, normal horse is 20 pounds.
Yeah.
A bale of hay is 45.
Sometimes 55 if we're lucky.
Don't change the topic. Okay.
But
That topic.
so that's exactly why you started it. It wasn't it wasn't to detract from anything else. It was actually to maintain and assist. So that should hopefully clarify that. Oh. And you know what? If we have to do questions, and you want to send questions in, you know, you're very welcome to do so. And I do suggest that if anybody has any concerns, etc., you email. You can messenger on Facebook. Somebody will get to it eventually. You can email questions. You can even text questions, or you can phone. So instead of getting all upset about things,
I'm very particular about that hay money, and it goes through me.
It does.
It really does.
Which is why I sent a text. Can I have more hay now?
Okay. 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 You know, the man who runs the hay board sends the check when I tell him to, and it comes to Equine Rescue Network, and it is used for hay, and I have been allowing grain too, because hay and grain, it's food.
Where's the flat field? Where's the flat field? Flat field.
Flat field? That's the hay here?
No. The horses will not be allowed in the flat field.
No.
Not until after 2024.
The flat field is the only piece of grass where we can mow it and make straight lines, and I like it that way.
Oh, you don't want horses on it then.
Oh, you're damn right.
You could have a putting thing with all the holes that they'd make. So, no, they will not be on there. Yeah, the headboard is actually easier to do than the henny penny.
Is it?
They think so.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So
It's a lot easier. It was hard to try and figure out how to describe it because we have a load of hay is about 80 bales, and we're using more than one load a week.
yeah,
So it all boils down to just plain old hay. Yeah, go ahead.
no, we love hay. We need it,
Yes.
and then we get to scoop the poop at the other end as well, so it keeps us all fit and healthy. Yeah. So that's us. We're all organised now, and we are. Oh, look at that! Nearly 6 o'clock. Have you had dinner?
No,
Oh,
I'm not sure I need to. I had a hell of a breakfast.
I know you did.
I had a lovely piece of steak for breakfast.
So did your dogs.
Well, we shared a
They
little
were
bit of
having
it.
a little bit when I came in. There we go. So that was, what day was it? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Thursday, tomorrow. And Judy is definitely here. Yeah?
Oh,
Judy?
I believe so.
Excellent. So, that's us all sorted. So we will speak to you tomorrow. That's if we don't get taken out by a tree branch.